Fuck it, we'll do it live, Missouri.
Coke, check us out.
Is that what I said? Yeah. Oh my god. I should just leave it. Fuck it.
Yeah, just leave it.
You want me to just leave it? I was literally about to. Okay, whatever.
I'm gonna quote tweet it. It's gonna say chop some up. Get in here.
I did it on the fly. Okay, calm down.
We're in the nose.
He quote retweet it. We're in the nose. Oh,
Chop some up. I'm done.
oh. Look, man. It was just there. It was ready. It was ready for the pickings. You know, it was ripe. You know what I'm missing is some whiskey. I picked up a barrel selected. What is it? Knob Creek. You ever had Knob Creek?
Ooh, yeah, I've had Knob Creek.
It's all right. Yeah, it's okay. It's pretty good. You know, kind of like low to mid shelf whiskey. This one was what?
No, you're good. Good.
I was just saying this one just happens to be a barrel select barrel. It's like 120 proof. It's pretty.
It's also good with Coca-Cola as well.
Yeah, whiskey is good with Coke.
So I am like obsessed with that RD1.
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 RD1. Oh yeah, that's the one you're talking about last time.
Yeah, I am obsessed. Like every single one that I have tasted, I have fell in love with. And that one with that Brazilian Ambrosian wood or whatever.
That sounds very
probably
fancy.
one of my new. It's probably one of my favorites.
I haven't
grab some here in a little bit and I'll show you the bottle.
I don't think I've found it here at all. The guy on the base, he orders shit, and he orders good stuff, but I just haven't seen that one yet. Maybe I'll ask about it.
Well, I mean, that's be like, I got a bottle of whiskey that was aged for 45 years in the ISS.
If I could find that for like $60, I would buy it. It would
talking about $60, but yet the Lavulin that he fucking drinks is way more than that.
I haven't drank that in probably months. I haven't touched scotch in months, actually. I've been like on a whiskey kick right now, and I'll probably maneuver myself back over at some point, and you know, kind of dabble in both of them like I normally do. But
have you ever had that Isaac Bowman port finish barrel?
No.
That one's really good too.
There's so many out there. You know, it's hard to I don't know, I can't drink them all, I guess. That's what I mean.
I normally do like Jim Beam Black or like Devil's Cut. Like it's just a like, okay, I'm just drinking, you know, but then I have the other higher qualities. Yeah. Well, I mean, I sip all of them, so
I like sipping whiskeys. I have right now I have a bottle of Eagle Rare. It's pretty good. What? Why you flipping?
I have not been able to get fucking Eagle Rare around here since I've been back, and I'm pissed.
You can only buy one at a time at the base because it's limit one. It's one of those limit ones. So like
Eagle Rare never hits the like Angel's Envy. Yeah,
it's limit one. It's not all of the bottles types, but some of them, depending on what release it is, are like that.
Well, Eagle Rare never hits the shelves on base because there's a wait list. So every time they get it, they call you.
Really?
Yeah, and then I am never like when they stock the shelves like 10 o'clock in the morning, and I don't have access to figure all that shit out to be able to like leave work and grab one.
When do they restock? On Tuesdays? Like mine's on Tuesdays.
Tuesdays or Wednesdays at like 10 o'clock in the morning, but that's just like even local.
Oh, if you just tell the person like, hey, can you put this aside for me? Sometimes they will.
I have one person that will do it, but people are sitting there waiting on the shipment to walk in.
Damn.
Like, that's how bad it is. I'm like, dude, it's just whiskey. Like, and then there was one guy, so I'm a part of a group local, and I was like, hey man, would you be willing to sell that? Because he's like, yeah, I got like 4 bottles of it. I'm like, look, man, I just, you know, he's like, I'm not, you know, I don't want to sell anything. I'm all about trading. And I was like, dude, I'm not here to hoard shit. I'm here to drink it.
Yeah.
These guys have like 30, 40 fucking bottles of shit. And I'm like, dude, I just want one bottle just to drink it. I don't sit there and hoard it.
I have one that I'm holding on to just because it will never come out again, and I want to hang on to it for like real special occasion. You know what I mean?
Which one is that?
It's the Elijah Craig. It's barrel 824B or some shit like that. It's the 132 proof Elijah Craig that was very limited, and I don't know when another barrel bottle's gonna come out like that. So I just bought one because I bought one and drank that bottle, and then I bought another one later just to have it for later, for a special occasion or something like that.
Yeah.
But all these other ones, like the Eagle Rare and all them other ones, they're on the shelf. Like there's Eagle Rare on the shelf right now.
I wish I could find it.
Probably like 10 bottles of it. But yeah. To the base too.
You might just have to go snag one and just send it to me, because that's probably the only way I'm going to get it.
I don't even know if I can send alcohol. That's the thing.
It's yeast.
Yeah, but I've tried to, I literally tried to, I bought a bottle of some 18-year-old scotch to send to AG, and I couldn't send it. I literally walked it into the fucking place, and they're like, you can't send that. I'm like, what? You have to have a special license to send it.
Or what you do is you box it and then put it in, and then
don't say what the fuck it is.
Exactly.
Yeah. What is this? Oh, nothing. Just box it with a bunch of other shit like candy.
Well, I mean, if you're going state to state, it doesn't matter. You know, like, because you don't have to claim it.
Well, what they said was you have to have a special license to be able to ship alcohol.
Sew it inside of a teddy bear.
Yeah, we're just gonna stuff it up my ass and walk it there.
I used to send beer when I was in San Antonio. I was a part of a beer group, and we had people from all over the world, and we were shipping beer all over the place.
Yeah, but what you get?
Yeah, I think beer and wine are on a different
still
reality than hard alcohol.
I think the question is, what you do it, whether it's allowed to be done or not. That's the thing. And do you get away with it? You know what I mean? That's probably what it is. Like,
I mean, there's drug dealers that send drugs via USPS.
They do. Yeah.
Like, I mean,
they do.
And that's like one of the easiest ways to not get caught. That's what they do.
You know what's crazy is they end up on military installations too, which is nuts. Like somebody had a package addressed to them at a place I worked at, and it was a box. I didn't know like who someone was supposed to send it to them or anything. It just was sent to them, and it arrived on base, went through postal service, and when they opened it, it was literally packed full of marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
They opened the box in their shop, and it was in these like thick, like I don't know what you call them, like turkey bags, or kind of like the bags you bake turkeys in. It was in this box, like packed full. And they opened it and walked right into the senior enlisted guy's office. Was like, I have a problem.
At least he did the right thing, though.
Yeah. So
this box smells like it's been sprayed by a skunk. Let's open it up.
Yeah. Called security, called NCIS. Like, nobody touch anything, nobody move.
Yep.
It's like, what the fuck? Yeah, it was wild, man. It's crazy how shit like that can just end up like on a military installation, So it just goes to show you that not every package is getting checked for what's in it, obviously.
No.
They're not x-raying all this shit.
You would think somewhere on the line they would have like a drug dog sniff the packages.
I don't know if these turkey bags or whatever can block that shit out through. I think it blocks it out pretty well because there was no smell. I mean, I'm sure a dog could probably smell, but there was zero smell coming out of the box.
Well, and the thing about it is they don't have dogs dedicated to just go around sniffing over it, but they own postal service,
Yeah. I mean, we have our military dogs here that do that. They come through the buildings and shit sometimes.
Yeah, but it's not
random.
They had them dedicated to going around sniffing lockers in high schools. They don't do it in the mail. That's just...
They don't have them dedicated in school. There's just every so often.
I never saw that when I was in school. Not once. I missed it, but I never saw it happen in my school.
I've had to stop dead in my tracks and do a 180 and go a different route because the dogs were coming down the
I got some wieners in my pocket.
Well, that's the thing. Like, there's still legalities too that go along with even dogs running through schools.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can't just constantly do it. Now, government is a little bit different, but
Yeah, our security is doing like all the time. Well, I don't see him in my building often, but every once in a while you got the 2 duty officers that come through, and it could be civilian contracted guys too, or the military guys, because they're a mixture of them. There's like civilian police that work for the base, that do security for the base, like sentries and things like that, and patrol.
They're Department of the Navy.
Yeah, and then there's also like our auxiliary security force. So just like I have to provide 3 people at all times to go be like, they basically stand sentry duty, and they go and do other things like watch. Basically, they stand.
So do y'all not have MAs?
We do.
Full-time MAs?
Yeah,
okay.
we do. But the auxiliary security force, the ASF, is a pretty. It outnumbers our MAs, our military police, by 10 to 20 times. It's crazy. There's not a lot of MAs. There are MAs, but there's not a ton. So most of our stuff is done by augmentation through the units on the base.
Well, right now, because our deployments, right now, because our deployments, like the way that the schedules are running, like pre-deployment training and all that, like they're having to do augmentation.
Yeah, it's like that for us all the time. So
yeah, there's like 150 augmentees right now.
Yeah, they go through the courses, they go through all that shit. They carry, they get qualified to do all the stuff that they can do, and but most of them just stand like gate guard duty or sentry duty.
That's exactly what ours do.
Yeah, some of the other guys, it's mostly civilians and the actual MAs that do like patrol, drive the cars around and stuff like that. But sometimes it's an MA with an auxiliary person.
Yeah. So. Well, I mean, the MAs are the ones that have to do all of the actual, like, if there's a call or like when it comes, like, they gotta be there for all that.
Yeah, I get the blotter stuff like every day, like the daily report and stuff like that.
Yep.
So I can see all the calls and all the things and all the vehicles and everything. It's it's pretty interesting. Some of the shit you see on it, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you're like, what just happened?
Yeah, reading those things daily is like, what?
Did y'all see that a U.S. ambassador was just arrested in Miami for spying for Castro's Cuba?
Castro's Cuba?
Yeah.
What?
Evidently, it was a while ago, but yeah. But he was.
So he arrested. Was a spy back when Castro.
Yeah.
And they just arrested him?
He was arrested Friday.
Yo, I watched some of the C-SPAN shit, like the hearings in Congress, where they ejected that representative George Santos. And that shit was like comical, bro. I'm like, you guys, oh my God. It's like, it's hard to watch, because you can kind of see both sides of who voted yay and who voted nay on that. You can kind of understand, how certain people would think that, this is either for or against the Constitution, but, constitutional rights. But at the same time, it's like, bro, they're just fucking taking out their own trash, man. Let them do it,
Yeah, it's funny watching those whenever they open them up live like that.
Holy fuck, man. They were like, so he got allegedly, he's under indictment, allegedly for a number of things with his campaign funds. One of the biggest things that he's allegedly, he's accused of is his just astronomical lies, just crazy, unbelievable lies that he's told. And then also for embezzling campaign funds for personal use for things like they brought up, right? One of the things was subscriptions on OnlyFans, trips to like Las Vegas. What's that?
I have the model.
You have the model
that he's subscribed to. Yeah.
Oh God. And then he apparently paid himself back from his own donation, which they don't know where it came from. So there's a lot of financials that are very questionable, allegedly. We'll say that.
Whoa.
What was that, dude? This doesn't make sense.
Her name is Layla Lewis.
This is bullshit.
Only Layla Lewis claims was a subscriber.
This can't be true, man. That's not his type. Let's just say that. I think she's just trying to get famous.
Maybe.
That's all that is. Like, that's not his type.
But that's what I was looking up what he was subscribed to. That's the only name that popped up.
His type doesn't come with parts like that. So he likes men. That's his thing. That's his type. So I'm like, did she miss that part in the whole thing where her opportunity to like get famous arose in her eyes? Did she just miss that little detail about him? You know, a little detail that he doesn't really find women attractive like that. I don't know. But yeah, that was one of the things.
Some people do anything to get famous.
Oh my God. That is 100% the truth. I mean, there was some streamer apparently recently that got in a high-speed fucking car chase on live with the cops.
What?
Yeah. I can't remember the name. It was on Twitter. They showed the video. It was part of the live stream. And they're literally in a high-speed chase with cops. It's fucking crazy. I'm like, is this the kind of shit that people are doing now to like make money? That's content. Like
I don't know anymore. Like
you got lost
when it comes to streaming, like because I don't like. There's that one dude out in the UK who's been arrested like 3 times just for walking into people's houses.
Yeah, Nizzy, I think was his name.
Yeah.
Nizzy. Yeah, that guy is a complete. I mean, he's out of his mind. Have you ever watched him like talk on video and stuff? I mean, he is literally a lunatic.
Pierce Morgan gave it to him.
Gave him what? Oh, the interview?
Yeah, he fucking ate his ass.
I think I saw part of that actually.
Yes, but, literally just walk into people's house.
Yeah. And people
in
the US are like, try that shit here, man. See what happens.
Facts.
I think he grabbed he grabbed somebody's dog in their house too. Or
no,
he was gonna take off with it or some shit.
He got a dog from like a park. He like picked up the dog and like took off. Some person was like walking the dog. He picked it up and took off. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Just stealing now? Is that like what? This is all overseas in the UK, you know, where he's from. But like, this is the kind of shit that he's making content out of, and people are subscribing into it. And the worst part of it all is they're copying it.
Yeah.
What they saw on YouTube, we seen it in YouTube. Like it got so everybody was just trying to top each other, do the next big thing to get noticed, and it ended up with that dude getting shot by his fiance because he wanted to catch a bullet in a book. For YouTube.
Yeah. Did you see the one that
live streaming is gonna get to that point? Like it's bad.
It's gonna
end badly.
And there's been a wave of people getting what they call swatted.
Yeah.
Even though it's not really the SWAT team that is showing up. It's just cops showing up to a call. They're calling it swatted half the time. Some of them are definitely the more armed versions of the police that show up. I don't even know if I'd call them SWAT. That's what SWAT is. What Special Warfare and Tactics, right?
Special Weapons and Tactics.
Special Weapons and Tactics, yeah. That show up like they don't look like the SWAT team, man. But they're calling it swatted.
A lot of the like departments or whatever, like some of these small departments, they don't have a full-time SWAT team.
Yeah.
But they have guys and they just have their kit and all that stuff with them while they're on duty. And if a call comes out, then they're bouncing.
Yeah, they're
drunk.
Right. They're the guys showing. I get that too. I understand the use of the term. Because they show up obviously unannounced and come in based on a reasonable suspicion of a crime that I think somebody reports.
I think people are taking like, squatting and swatting. You know what I'm saying? Like
squatting and swatting. Yeah,
like the term was squatting when people just move into your freaking house and then
yeah.
Because some of the states, possession is 9/10 of the law, and then they're in the house, so they have possession of it.
Yeah,
and I think that's kind of where that swatting term came from because now people are trying to get them in trouble for something.
I think people forget this possession is 9/10 of the law thing, but they got to understand too, like, how did you acquire this?
Yep.
How did you acquire it? Did you steal it? Did you purchase it? Did you make it? Did you earn it? You know what I mean? There's a difference there. People lose that.
Well, but that's the thing though, is like the way that some of these state laws are written, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like I could go. Yeah, I can go and break and enter in this house, live there, and then they have to go through the eviction process. And some of these states are like 90 days.
Yeah. There's this area here. I posted a picture of it on my Twitter. It was a road that we have here on the island. And I live in a pretty small town. It's probably like 25,000 people. It's a small, I would say, rural town, and from Seattle, all these people are coming up from Seattle and Portland in their campers. They're not living, or they live in their campers. So they just park them on the side of this road. And it's just a whole road, just trailers, campers, cars, and trash fucking everywhere. And they were allowed to be there because the state has these protections for them because it's their domicile. Because it's their domicile, it can't be moved. They could put it anywhere. So the problem, though, is these people were offered rehabilitation, and they were also offered like a place to live. All this stuff is on the taxpayer's dime. And so the taxes pay for rehabilitation, a place to live, and that kind of thing. But they've refused that. So because what they're doing here is they're doing drugs. And here's how we know this. Now, all those campers, this is just a small little snapshot of it because it goes way down this road, right? Well, they are obviously doing drugs because when this picture was taken, there was 2 campers that were burnt to the fucking ground. They were literally skeletons on the side of the road, crisped, burnt. And then the third one another one caught on fire recently and lit some of the trees up. Like they're thankfully it's wet right now here, but they're literally right on these trees and they're going to light the forest on fire. You know what I mean? So what they've done recently is they started clearing it all out now finally, because they moved, because of the fires and the danger and stuff like that. But this place is literally in front of people's land and their property, and it's very, very unsafe because of the drugs that are in there. And it's mostly all what's that crazy fucking drug that's out right now?
Meth.
Fentanyl. Yeah, it's fentanyl.
Oh, fentanyl.
And there's some meth going on too. And so now what they did was they moved this thing called the Spin Cafe, which is like a place they can go get food and eat and stuff, next to the only movie theater that's in town. And there's been fights, trespassing. There's been, like, recently somebody got hit with a fucking skateboard by one of the people that lives in these areas. Just some random shit going on. And this is the place where all the high school kids like to go to the movie theater to chill out and watch movies and stuff. And it's now too dangerous for them. And this is crazy, Jay, because this is a rural community up here. Like, it's not a big town, it's small. And this is all stuff that's come up from Seattle.
There's
I want to point out that this dog is just challenging the fuck out of you right now. Like,
Yeah,
do
it
it,
is.
motherfucker. Do it.
So,
I dare you.
It's wild, man. This was not a thing like 12 to 15 years ago. Was not a thing. This is recent here in the last probably 2 years. It's gotten worse
isn't there,
and worse
like,
and worse.
A law that you can't park on the side of the road like that?
It's their domicile. That's the loophole for them. Because it's their home, that you can't like evict them from their home, wherever they put it.
That's like some Walter
Their
White shit
domicile
going on
is
over
that
there.
vehicle. Okay, the
Yeah.
vehicle does not. It's
So
it's mobile, so it
yeah. Well, they can't.
It should be able to go.
They finally have gotten the stuff to move. They all got tagged and stuff like that finally. Because normally, like if your car breaks down on the side of the freeway or side of the road somewhere, the police
24-hour
find
sticker.
it. Yeah, you get a sticker or it's getting towed. They can't do that to these vehicles because they're domiciles. So what happens is you got all this shit, all these stolen goods, trash, everything on the sides of these roads. They come in now and they started putting these huge fucking piles of dirt along the side of the road where people can't even pull off to the side.
That's
It's crazy,
ridiculous.
man.
I mean, that's like a hazard. Like if a road crew comes through there or anything like that,
Well, the
that's
crazy
should not happen.
The crazy thing
Ridiculous.
is how do you explain 3 of those vehicles burning to the fucking ground?
Walter White.
It's drugs, man. I'm telling you, it's 100% drugs that's happening. It's
Trying to
rampant in
steal
these areas.
power.
So
That happens too.
these people are offered all this free stuff, like I was saying, rehabilitation, home, like somewhere to live, and they refused it, even though it's free, because the trade-off is you can't do drugs anymore, obviously.
Yeah.
And that's not what they want. They want to continue doing drugs, which, I mean, it's pretty scary, man. You know, it's pretty scary that that kind of shit's like coming out into like more rural areas and communities. Like,
I mean, meth is huge around here.
There's
very, very large.
Yeah, in the Midwest too, it's gotten real bad. Like meth, like Nebraska and shit, it's got real bad.
Any rural area because it's easier to cook.
Yeah. Well, that's why you got to show your ID now to buy fucking Sudafed, actual real Sudafed that the pharmacist has. And you can only buy so much at a time. Otherwise, you just buy the shit off the shelf that don't work.
Speaking of fentanyl, though, we were talking about it earlier. Supposedly, like the cartels are going to war against fentanyl.
They're the ones bringing it in here.
Yeah,
they're bringing it in through ports of entry, like seaports, ports of entry. Fucking, it's wild, dude. There's so much of it coming through. It's fucking crazy. But yeah,
then they just keep coming up with all this shit, and then everybody dies. It's like, come on.
Yeah. It's crazy how much can actually like kill a person. I mean, it's in fucking nanograms. It's so small of an amount.
It says Sinaloa cartel message to members: stop making fentanyl or die.
The Sinaloa cartel. What website is that
on? Wall Street Journal.
Oh,
I can't read it because I have to subscribe, but I can read the headline.
Why is that? Because it's taking away from their ability to manufacture it, and
it's killing their customers.
Yeah, that's true. We're trying to sell weed, man, and coke, and you guys are selling fentanyl. It's killing all our customers. I mean, it's a business move, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna eventually run out of customers.
That shit's wild, man.
Yeah, dude. There was a festival here not too long ago. And Piper was like, "Yeah, I want to go," and I was like, "All right, cool, whatever. You know, where's it at?" And I looked it up. Everything was good, but yet they were handing out fucking Narcan when you walk in. I'm like, "Wow."
Yeah.
Wow. This is what it's coming down to nowadays.
It's useful to have.
What happened to people going to these festivals and either doing some weed, shrooms, or some X and like just having a good time? You know, now they're doing fucking heroin. like you could have a festival, you could have a rave of like 50,000 people there, and like you'll hear the news overnight. One person went to the hospital because they were dehydrated.
Yeah,
that's it. Now it's like, oh, 3 people died. Well, 3 is not bad. Like, what? You fucking kidding me?
I just had a thought just completely leave my head. Yeah. Sorry.
I'm a California native, and I don't even claim it, really.
I wouldn't either.
I was born in Southern California, San Diego County. But it's a whole different place now, man.
Yeah, Ashley, we were watching something, and she was like, "Man, I'd love to go to New York City," and I was like, "I have no desire." I was like, I thought I wanted to go to California and shit, and then I went, and I'm like, I'm good. Like, New York's like probably just as bad, if not worse.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm good. She's like, just to go. And I'm like, I'm good.
It's bad. It's so much different than it was like, shit, man, even 10 years ago.
Even 10 years ago. Somewhere for like a sightseeing thing, it wouldn't be a man-made city. It would be mountains and you know, nature. I'm going sightseeing.
Tetons,
I'm not going to
Grand
Chicago,
Canyon.
New York, shit like that.
You got to go into the West and Midwest areas if you want to see like the cool shit this country has. Yeah, you know,
that drive that we had to Vegas was beautiful.
Oh, I'm sure.
And just all the shit that, you know, just right off the side of the road we go see.
Yeah, there's some pretty amazing shit. Fuck California and his boyfriend New York.
Well, hello, AG. How are you?
AG's the one that sees all of them come in. Like, oh, fucking. I saw this map of California on Twitter today, and it was pretty fucking hilarious. It was very edge of California along the seaboard was a strip called ridiculously high rent, high value property, and then the next strip was like drug use, And then the whole interior portion of California was people who are on their way to Las Vegas. It's on Twitter. It's fucking hilarious, dude. I was like, whoa, that's pretty realistic there, actually.
Well, now you got all these fucking Californians trying to fucking migrate to Texas and take over Texas. Like, get the fuck out. We don't want you.
Oh yeah, they've taken over Austin. That's for sure.
They leave California because they're sick of the taxation and the politics that drove that city to be that state to be shit. Yeah. And then come here and try to vote it in here. Like, you just left it.
Yeah,
they're doing it, man. Like already.
No, y'all see that freaking Elon Musk shit?
Yes.
That was hilarious.
I think I made a tweet about that too.
Yeah.
Why is everybody all twisted up about some dude telling some other people to go fuck themselves?
Fuck off. Yeah.
We normies do that shit on the daily.
Yeah. Basically, it's like a conference or whatever, like a bunch of fucking CEOs, like just a bunch of rich motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. And they were talking about like people boycotting advertising through Twitter or X or whatever the fuck you want to call it nowadays. And literally Elon Musk in the middle of the whole thing was like, fuck them. Fuck them. Like, it just kept saying it. It was great.
They
and he literally shot
themselves.
Yeah, they go fuck themselves. And it was like Iger. I forget what the dude's first name is. But literally a dude was in the audience and literally called him by name. Like, it was just like the biggest fucking mic drop, like, go fuck yourself. It was funny. Phenomenal.
Bro, he's got the definition of fuck you money.
I don't believe in that. That's a thing. Any amount of money is fucking money.
I mean, he lost so much money in that Twitter deal, though. Like, I mean, he really did.
Yeah.
And he's tanking it even more. You know, like by doing stuff like that.
My hope and dream when all this was happening, when he was taking over Twitter, that he was just going to fucking delete it. Buy it and fucking delete it. Just buy.
Yeah.
That would have been the biggest fuck you in the world, I think.
Yeah, that would have been a $20 billion fuck off.
Please do it. Please.
Tesla.
Please. There's such a small percentage of people on Twitter that are fucking actual human beings. The rest of them are all fucking...
Well,
I don't consider him human.
The one thing that I do like, though, is that he took away all that censorship bullshit.
Yeah, that's...
You know, like...
If you're going to let it flow from all directions.
Now the community guideline, or the community, like, shit that you see on those...
Yeah,
have you seen... Those are fucking hilarious. If you actually read those, they're great. They're phenomenal.
I signed up for it, but I haven't gotten the email back saying you can do it now. Even though I've gone in and done the voting things like it says to do, I'm waiting. I love to fact check a motherfucker. You know?
Yeah, I just love reading those. It's fucking hilarious. We were talking about that at work the other day.
It was AG, and they definitely uncovered a lot of that when all this was going down, when the purchase went down. And the investigation into all of it, and the fact that he fucking fired everybody.
Yeah, literally he went, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're cool, fuck you. Like, he just went in.
And all the emails and stuff get like, wow, dude. Pretty wild. Pretty fucking wild. I'm gonna go grab a glass of whiskey real quick. Getting thirsty from whiskey.
Alrighty.
You can check out my cool green light I put in.
Your kick light? It's the kick light.
Looks like the
I don't know
Ninja
if it goes
Turtles are
with the
about
pink,
to flush
though.
through the wall.
I just don't know if it goes with the pink, though.
The pink, purple, and green, it does kind of... I like it.
I don't know. Not a fan of the pink.
So let's talk about Call of Duty.
Why, he doesn't like talking about Call of Duty?
No, just because we can. That fucking longbow is probably one of the best snipers in Call of Duty history. If in Warzone it's as strong as it is here.
I mean, I've been playing nothing but zombies, so kind of sucks in zombies.
It's got like a quick bolt action.
Yeah, it does. The rechambering speeds on that one. But the freaking the snake shots are back, and they're OP as fuck. It's great.
In zombies, I heard snake shot, akimbo, revolvers, pack a punched once will take down the strongest bosses.
Well, so the way that so you have like different rarities, like tools that you can pick up.
Mm.
And if you have it at like legendary or epic, then and pack a punch once, then yes. But otherwise, you got to kind of It takes a little bit more, but I've been running around with those things all day. Fucking hilarious. They're just they're dumb.
Skep's wearing jeans.
What?
Let's point out the fact that Skep is wearing jeans at his setup.
Yeah, it's just what I was wearing today. Change. They're dirty more clothes, man. This is day 2 in these jeans.
I'm leaving the house.
They're comfortable right now. This is day 2 in these jeans. So
yeah, this is day 2 of the sweater.
If I'm leaving the house, I'll put on some pants. Other than that, I'm wearing pajama pants. And as soon as I come back home, I'm back in my pajama pants.
Oh yeah. I'll probably change after in something a little more comfortable, but
it just feels weird sitting around the house and
guess who's home? I don't know. Is Army Guy home?
I mean, the hour's almost up now, yeah. AG. Jesus Christ.
We're almost an hour. We're about an hour. We're only doing like an hour maybe today. Something like that. Trying to keep them a little shorter. What'd you guys talk about while I was gone?
Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah. What do you think about the all? Every Call of Duty comes out and there's an SBMM argument that comes out. Skill-based matchmaking for people who don't know.
Yeah.
But it's always an argument when it comes out. Every single one of them. Get rid of skill-based matchmaking.
I mean, did you ever play the experimental playlist? So the experimental playlist, like that's where I think that argument came, like solidified itself in Modern Warfare 3.
Because it didn't have it, right?
There was none, which reminded me. I wouldn't say none because every single Call of Duty's had some sort of skill-based matchmaking, but it's just how what the parameters were, and there's a lot tighter parameters in the newer Call of Duties, I think, than what there were long time ago. Well, and that one felt like old school. Like there were some games I was like, holy shit, I can't get a fucking kill. Mm-hmm. There's other ones I'm like, holy shit, I'm about to drop fucking nuke.
That's how I feel when I play by myself.
Yeah.
And I feel like skill-based matchmaking is just making it to where it's not as enjoyable of an experience playing with your friends in a group than it is playing by yourself.
Unless you're casual.
Because it takes a median of the skill of... So I think it has a lot to do with your kill death ratio and your score per minute. Yeah, exactly. And it takes an average of all the people in that group you're playing with. And if you're not at the average or above it, the lobby's going to seem more challenging at times, which is hard because sometimes you just want to chill and play, most of the time.
Yeah, when I'm playing by myself, I'm always top of the leaderboard. When I'm playing with a group, I'm like sometimes top, most of the time bottom fragging.
Yeah. It's tricky, man,
Yeah, and I mean, and part of it though too, like, I mean, the game's been out a while now, and people are like kind of done with the camo grind.
I'm not.
I'm not grinding,
but I mean,
but a lot of people like leveling up weapons, all those things, right? Mm. And so now you just got people like, okay, what's the fucking meta? And that's all they run around with. Whereas you've got us who we work fucking full time and do all that shit. We don't sit on the game all fucking day. That are still trying to level up guns and stuff. And so it's gonna feel like it because you got everybody running around with fucking MCWs and MTZs and Holgers.
Yeah.
And you're just like, bruh.
Yeah, exactly. Games like this have to be balanced so finely. And I think finding that is just incredibly difficult for people to understand it. There's no, let's say they took away SBMM all completely. What do you think the game would be like if it was gone? Like completely gone?
Honestly, I think the player base would probably be a lot happier.
Well, which player base? The high skill player base or the low skill player base?
Well, okay, so the low skill. So this is what I don't like about the SBMM talk, because the lower skilled guys are never going to improve at the game ever, because they're going to be running around fucking bots
because they just want to fucking play it. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're never going to improve ever. And for the ones that sit there and like, I would say that all of us are way better than average at the game.
Yeah, what's average? 0.8 or something like that. KD, that's what they say it is.
Yeah, it's like, I know in Rebirth it was
slightly
like
above
0.7.
Average.
Yeah, 0.7, is what it was in Rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, but then you got, like us who are very good at the game. Like, okay, so say we get done with the podcast and we all just want to like fuck around, chat, and have a good time. We're not going to be able to do that. We're going to be fucking like losing 20 pounds, sweating our asses off,
Yeah.
playing the fucking game because of SBMM. And it's like, dude, I don't really want to. And that's where I think, like, okay, they introduced rank.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where
turn that shit up to the fucking max. Turn it off in pubs. Completely just turn it, like, send me back to Modern Warfare 2019 or 2009.
Well,
send me back.
Even that had skill-based matchmaking.
But it was nowhere near what it is now.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, even Black Ops 4 was fun.
Yeah, you could still get in lobbies
Blackout and all that.
You could get in lobbies with like high skilled players sometimes. We often did that.
Yeah,
just
I mean,
random lobbies. It was definitely not as cranked up as the shit is right now, dude.
Yeah, like I'd drop into a fucking match or whatever, and I'd be fucking going against fucking Karma.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the server. I mean, I've been a Dallas server.
Yeah.
Drop in with fucking Karma and all that shit. And then the next game, I don't know who the fuck's in that lobby, but they suck. That type of shit.
Yeah. Or
I'd drop in playing Alcatraz, and it would just be, Bear Pig would be the highest dude in the fucking lobby and there'd be nobody else.
I think that's why a lot of people like to play with that special like matchmaking VPN that separates packets where they go to like basically break SBMM. It basically just breaks it is all it does. It doesn't give you 100% bot lobbies, but what it does is give you a good randomization of player skill throughout the whole lobby.
But but here's the deal,
connection based.
Because I've used them before. I'm not even I don't care.
Yeah,
because
it's more fun sometimes.
Playing Rebirth, like you get on at fucking 6 o'clock at night when everybody gets on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just sweating my dick off the entire fucking time. Like, okay, we're gonna go on vacation. We're gonna go on vacation.
Trying to be pros, dude.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I don't want that. But here's the deal: like, once those things became super popular, the VPNs, or whatever, you would connect with other sweaty motherfuckers. So there was no fucking point. Like, there were times I'd turn it off and I had more fun.
Oh, there were times
because
like that,
all of these content creators, wanted to fucking, get the.
Yeah, half the lobbies anymore that are content creators anyways, or people aspiring to be them.
Wannabes, yeah.
Some of us do it for fun. We're not trying to be the next fucking Shroud or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's trying to do that.
I mean, it was fun when I did it.
Call of Duty got so big. I liked it when the community, Call of Duty community was smaller back in the Blackout days, and you could run into Bobby and Karma and all like Priesta, all of them just in a game, You
had to get your clips. You got your clips off YouTube and Reddit,
But it was fun, But it was fun. Like running into those guys all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like it Bear Pig, I still have the clips. Fucking hilarious. Like he always thought he was good with a knife. Like he'd run around trying to do all these things or whatever, and then I'd get in the lobby with him and we would just go back and forth the whole time. Like it turned into not going for the game. It was, okay, how many times are we going to kill each other with a knife?
Yeah.
And it was just fun. Yeah. But the thing about it is like when other people would do that, a long time ago, he'd be like, fuck this. And he'd quit out the game. But when it was, people that he knew that, it was one of those things like, all right, this is going to be fun.
Yeah. It's still sometimes like that with people, certain people.
Yeah.
Because you could go in their chat and be like, GG's, that was a fun little exchange, and then move about your time and your day,
When I
like
played
that a lot
Shazzy,
before.
We would get in the lobbies with Tuna playing Rebirth all the time.
Yeah.
We'd go back and forth like, this fucking Tuna's team again.
Yep.
I mean, you used to be able to we used to do that thing on, was it like Fridays or some shit, where back when I was in the clan, like everybody would get online on like a Friday night on PlayStation or whatever, and everyone would we'd count down in the live chat, queue up at the same time, and a lot of times we could get in the same lobbies together. It was fucking wild, man. You can't do that shit really anymore. Like we basically like stream snipe the whole group get into a lobby together, and oftentimes like because we were in parties of like 4, it would work. Like we'd end up being like half the lobby. It was fun, dude.
Well, but I mean, that's the difference with skill-based matchmaking now too, though. It's like you'll never be able to do that. I mean, what's funny is I got an alt account on Fortnite, or whatever, and I use it to hang out, to stream snipe, really just to bring, some of the homies loot and shit,
Yeah.
And like and the goal is to make it to the end game to where it's just us and them, and then we just duke it out at the very end game, just something fun.
Some of that's just pretty funny content, you know what I mean? to watch.
Yeah, well, Fortnite, you can get banned for that shit quick.
Oh yeah.
If you're not careful.
You see the new hot dude in Fortnite, Bush Camp Dad? He's made it in no build and builds to Unreal, and just by wearing a green alien skin and hiding in trees.
That's hilarious.
He'll drop in, he'll hide in a tree, and then he'll do his work, his 9 to 5 job on his other monitor while the game's going.
That sounds like a really boring fucking stream to watch.
Yeah, but it goes to show. I mean, watch ranked though in these tournaments. Everybody fucking camps till the end game because they're trying to get
placement. Yeah,
it's dumb.
Nobody goes hard in the paint and like goes out and fucking finds a fight.
No,
I've never really been a fan of any kind of ranked modes because it just adds a level of stress to a game that's supposed to be fun.
Well, I mean, we played Firelight. It's all ranked.
Well, yeah, but that's the only thing. Yeah,
but it's the only thing. But at the same time, like, and how often do we run into these teams on that game that are just absolutely fucking just demons, man?
Every game.
Yeah, every fucking game. And sometimes we're lucky and we wipe them. Sometimes we're not so lucky. But then there's a whole smorgasbord of bots and then low skill players. And then there's like usually 2 really high skilled teams in the lobby. It's us and like somebody else. And then the rest is like mediocrity and like just actual bots, you know?
So, okay, do you think that the hit rate thing?
What?
Like,
yes.
Do you think that's a thing?
Yes, I do.
I do too.
Hit reg box based on your player skill shrinks the box or changes the box size in your enemies. Absolutely think that's a thing.
Oh, it'll even sometimes ghost bullets.
Yep, in-game nerf.
Like, we hear it all the time. Like, how am I not hitting this guy? Like, I'm center mass and no hit reg.
Or you're watching headshots hit somebody, but then they kill you, and you're like,
that's happened to me numerous times in this current game right now.
Yeah, like, I like the fact that
like, you through people.
You shoot, you hear your gun go off, you see the bullet trail, but you die and you don't even get a hit marker. Like, did I shoot a bullet at all? Then, like, did anything come out?
I 100% believe that is a thing. Yes. Yep. And it's probably, I don't know how active it is in the game, like based on, you know, everybody's player skill, but or who
how
you're
much of that is
like, you know, I don't know.
Ping and desync though. How much, like, it could be a attributing factor to,
I think that is too,
ghosting bullets and shit like that.
I think it's your connection to the server as well.
Oh, I mean, when I get 20 ping, you know, I shouldn't have that type of shit.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Anyway, yeah.
I don't remember that.
This was totally fucking random today, wasn't
it?
It was the Seinfeld of podcast.
Bro, I threw a grenade in the second floor window and I went underneath into the first floor and had my own grenade blow me up from through the floor in this game.
Yeah. You have this giant hitbox. It's just this big, massive fucking thing. You can't see that, you know, any bot in the lobby shoots at you and they're at least fucking ending on that side of the screen. Like, then they hit you. Yeah, that's a thing.
You know what I do miss though? It's like cheat codes where you could play a match where big head mode.
Oh yeah, like NBA Jam back in the day.
Yeah. Or those were tiny mode. Yeah.
Those were like cheats that didn't harm anybody, you know?
Yeah, because back then, like, they put cheats in the magazines. Like, you can anybody could just go and cheat because it was all solo games. There were one player games.
You go to the grocery store and you fucking memorize. You open the game fucking Informer to the cheat code page and you fucking, I got that game, and then you memorize it while you're in the store because you can't afford to buy it because it's like $5. So you memorize as much as you can and then you can go home and try it out. Or
you go to school and you fucking trade codes to.
Yeah.
With your team, you know, you had a whole book full of fucking codes for a certain game. Yeah, hey man, you want to get to the last level? Here.
Yeah.
Everybody remembers the Konami code though.
I bought a book back when Super Mario Brothers 3 was like popular, and it was like a walkthrough book that told you how to beat some of the castles and things like that because they were challenging to figure out. But yeah. Me and my cousin have worked so hard to beat this game so many times. You know, you can't save it. So like we trade up a controller, you know, and like everybody, we play levels. Who was better at this level? That's what we play. We get all the way to the end and couldn't figure out the fucking castle. And my aunt, like, we went to the grocery store and found like the the book for Super Mario Brothers 3. No, it was just a book. It was an actual book, and it was a walkthrough for every level, and it was like $3 or something. I remember she bought it for us. It was the best day ever. Because we finally went home, got all the way to the fucking last Castle Bowser stuff, and knew like which door to take to get to the end, so we could finally beat the fucking game. That was kind of like cheat code, like cheating a little bit.
Yeah, but back then it didn't hinder anybody else's experience.
Yeah, dude, we spent an entire summer fucking working this game. Like, it was just so degrading on your soul, when you can't finish it because you can't figure out how to get the fuck out of the castle. But anyway, that's cheat code stuff. That's like, it doesn't hurt anybody. You know what I mean?
I hated the games that made you hit B and A rapidly.
Oh yeah,
to like build up a meter. I fucking hated those games.
Sports games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Track and field.
Yeah. Those were the ones. Cheat CC dog, dude. Now it's fucking. You got to install software on your computer to cheat.
Yep.
Or they sold legally like Game Sharks and shit that you could.
Yeah.
Put cheats on.
Well, you're playing single player games. You know what I mean? Didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
I sent a picture of that bottle in the group chat.
Ooh.
Skip.
All right. Anyway, did you guys want to wrap? What you want to do?
We can.
Should we wrap it up?
Sure.
Can if you want.
All right, let's wrap it up. If you don't already, hit us up on Spotify, Apple, your podcast locations, YouTube, Twitter. We have all those. So
yeah, Dylan,
all of them.
Precise.
And with that, we out.
Later. Love y'all.
Later.